Bleach is the live-action adaptation of Tite Kubo's popular anime and manga series. This film is directed by Shinsuke Sato and features Sota Fukushi and Hana Sugisaki. The story revolves around Ichigo Kurosaki, a teenager who can see ghosts. This ability allows him to see Rukia Kuchiki, a soul reaper from Soul Society whose job is to exorcise spirits, including malevolent ones known as hollows. When a hollow attacks Ichigo's family and severely wounds Rukia, she transfers her powers to Ichigo, allowing him to take down the hollow. With the hollow defeated, Ichigo must then perform Rukia's duties as a soul reaper while she recovers. However, two more soul reapers, Rukia Kuchiki and Renji Aburai, appear in the world of the living to return Rukia to Soul Society, threatening to forcefully and fatally take her powers back from Ichigo. Going into this movie, I was pretty sure I wasn't going to like it. If you read the manga, you're probably familiar with the bad taste that the ending left in a lot of people's mouths. Personally, even before the ending, I wasn't that much of a Bleach fan, and I was just reading to keep up with the big three. Adding on to that, ever since Dragon Ball Evolution came out, I didn't really trust live-action versions of anime material. Recently, I was extremely sad over how much I disliked the live-action version of Fullmetal Alchemist, because Fullmetal Alchemist is one of my favorite series of all time, and I felt that the film really did it an injustice. However, although I haven't seen them yet, I heard that the Rurouni Kenshin films were received pretty well, and so I decided to give Bleach a chance. And after the first 30 minutes, I found that the movie was less than good, but just for the first 30 minutes. Compared to weeks of manga chapters or anime episodes where the audience is given ample time to understand the plot and the characters, the film has to deal with obviously and understandably tighter time constraints. The film attempts to stay true to the source material for the introduction, but it skips the non-essential side stories which would have organically built the universe and the characters. It doesn't allow itself to take risks and liberties that could make itself stand out positively as a live adaptation. This results in the film resorting to painfully forcing the viewer to suspend their disbelief and accept the rushed exposition and over-the-top acting. But after that 30-minute point, when the plot settles in and Ichigo is a Soul Reaper, the film becomes much more bearable and enjoyable. The action picks up, so there's more content to be excited for, and the acting tones down, so you can start relating emotionally to the characters. You can feel genuine friendship developing between Ichigo and Rukia. The plot also deviates a bit from the original, which allows the types of scenes that I thought would have helped in the first 30 minutes. For example, there are a few training montages that probably aren't flashy enough to work in an anime or a manga, but safely work within the human limitations of live action. And with being safe, the film does become predictable for the most part, but remains watchable to the end, which is a lot better than I expected. As far as the actors, I feel they all balance out. Generally, the performances aren't spectacular, but they don't ruin the film. In cases like the beginning, where there's too much intent on trying to get a direct adaptation of anime manga characteristics, then you get overacting. But I'd like to point out that this is less the fault of the actors and more on the director. As the movie goes on, you can see that Sota Fukushi as Ichigo and Hana Sugisaki as Rukia are fully capable of more nuanced acting, as long as they are directed to do so. To be particular about any other actors, I actually found the pair of Taichi Saotome as Renji and Miyabi as Byakuya to be the worst and the best actors in the movie, respectively. With Taichi, I don't know what happened, but I just would not buy him as Renji. His performance just seemed like a terrible weeaboo rendition, and it kinda bothered me every time he was on screen. I really hope to see him in a role that is more suited to him so that I may critique him more fairly as an actor in the future. Miyabi was the opposite. He had that collectedness and intensity that I would hope for in a portrayal of Byakuya, and it seemed natural for the actor. He stood out as a highlight of the movie. Whether you know anything about Bleach, I'd say this live-action adaptation is one of the better adaptations out there, and an alright way to pass the time on Netflix. The beginning was pretty weak, but past that I felt that the movie was okay enough to finish. Overall, okay acting with fairly exciting action and well done special effects. And with that, I give Bleach a 6.5 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the film. Maybe you agree or disagree with something I said, or maybe there's just something I overlooked. Make sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.